Greetings, welcome to a Deckard Games YouTube thing. Today we are going to do something a little more different because we are celebrating 1 year of YouTube. It seems like it was just yesterday. Although the first video was uploaded to YouTube on March, the channel was registered in December, but in mid-February was when I kind of put some thought into what kind of videos I wanted to do. And 1 year after, here we are, we reached the 400 subscribers last week, which is amazing, and it's all thanks to you. And that means a giveaway very soon, probably 1 week from today. I will do a giveaway for the 400 subscribers. But to celebrate that 1 year on YouTube, we are going to rebuild a machine. You see, back in the day when I had my IBM PS2, my 486, which was an awesome computer, I wasn't able to play all the games that I wanted to play. And in 1996 or 97, something like that, my parents bought me my Pentium 1, my first Pentium computer, which was a game changer back in the day. I was able to play all those games. So to celebrate 1 year of YouTube, we are going to try and rebuild using all this lovely and old and magnificent crap behind me. We are going to try and rebuild my epic Pentium 1 machine. So I hope you enjoy. There will be awkward silences and stuff going wrong, but whatever. Without further ado, let's do it. Let's build my Pentium 1. So let's start by showing off some of the things that we are going to use. Starting off with the motherboard, of course. We are going to use my original motherboard that I had back in the day. And when I was grabbing it today, disaster started to happen. The battery fell right off along with some solder. So I have to replace this. This is not a simple battery replacement. I have to desolder it from the back and place a new one. But this is not important right now. We can use it like this because all the things that we need are programmed in the board itself, moving around jumpers and everything. The only thing that we need on the BIOS is the date, which I'm not worried about, and the boot sequence, which by default is floppy disk, hard drive and cd-rom, so no problems there. In the future I will replace this. We can deal with it like this for now. And we are using a socket 7 motherboard for my Pentium 1 with some PCI slots and ISO slots. We have two kinds of memory slots, SIM and DIMM. We are going to use SIM memory because it's the one I have since that time. I believe they are 16 megabytes in total, I guess. We are going to check that in a moment. And this is your classic motherboard, no I/O shield, only a keyboard connector, nothing in the back. If you've never seen nothing like this, this was how motherboards were made back in the day. So this is the board we are going to be using. And again, memory, your standard power supply. This is not ATX, this is standard power supply. Floppy disk channel. No, floppy disk channel, this is for COM port and parallel. Floppy disk, IDE, another IDE behind this PCI. And that's it. This is the board that we are going to use. This is my original board from back in the day, and let's hope it still works. So processor, here it is, my original Pentium 1, 166 megahertz MMX. Let me get that in closer. Focus, dang it. Focus. No, it won't focus. So this is my original Pentium 1. No bent pins, it seems. Yeah, it seems okay. So this is the processor that we are going to use, along of course with some memory. Here we have my two SIM modules. I believe they are 8 megabytes each in a total of 16. I think I'm not wrong. We will find out very, very soon. I remember that I had 16 megabytes. Yeah, I think it is 8 plus 8. So this is the memory that we are going to use. Two SIM modules. So more stuff that we are going to use. A Sound Blaster model CT3600, and this is not my original card. This is a NO32, a plug-and-play NO32, I think. And back in the day, I believe I had a NO64, but I don't have it. I don't know what happened. This is not the best model, but again, it's close to what I had. So, and of course, we have to use a Creative Sound Blaster. So this is the one we are going to use. Nothing in the back, big surprise. I don't have any extra memory to put in here, so hopefully this will do the job. And again, a Creative Sound Blaster NO32, a classic one. It's mandatory on a Pentium build to use a Sound Blaster, and that's exactly what we are going to do. And again, not the original model, but again, close enough. Now something that it is original from that time, my Ethernet card, a 10/100 megabits card from Genius. It's a Genius GF100 TXR. This was a game changer back in the day. I remember when I had two computers at home and I invited friends to come over and play some Warcraft and things like that. And we would play it over parallel port, I believe, and it was slow as balls. And when I got two of these, I have the other one too, this was a game changer and provided countless hours of joy playing on two computers in my room, and it was just awesome. So this one is still my original Ethernet card. One thing that is not original and I didn't have back in the day, some USB ports. Again, I didn't have this. We are going to put it in because it's way easier to have some USB ports. So it is just for practicality, nothing more, to plug a pen or a mouse, something like that, and to copy some data from one computer to another. We are going to use this just for its capabilities and nothing more. So for storage, we are not going to use my original. Back in the day, I had a Quantum Bigfoot, which was a massive hard drive. We are going to use this classic Samsung hard drive, 1.2 gigabytes. It's from that time period, and it gets the job done. Hopefully it works, and we will get the job done. So for storage, we are going to use this Samsung 1.2 gigabytes hard drive. Optical media, we are going to use a 3.5-inch floppy disk drive from Sony, because why not? It's the one that I had laying around. Of course, this is not the original one. Who cares? It's a floppy drive and we are going to use it anyway. Optical drive, we are going to use a wonderful Creative Labs 24-speed drive. This is not the original. I had a Creative Labs drive back in the day that came with my computer, but it was a 12-speed. And one thing that was very, very cool about it, it had a infrared receiver and a remote that you could use to play music. You could use your computer as a stereo, and it broke, and I've never come across one of those ever again. I can't even find pictures of it online. So it was a 12-speed Creative drive. The Creative logo was on this side, it was blue, it said 12-speed. Again, it had the infrared receiver for the remote. If you have ever seen a drive like that, let me know, because I've never found something like that. And again, I can't even find pictures online of it, so I believe it's rare, I guess. So Instead of that, we are going to double the speed, not a 12 speed, but a 24, again from Creative Labs, because you know I love creative stuff. Graphics card, we are going to use S3 Trio 64 V2/DX. I had an S3 back in the day. This was not it. The first one that I had, it didn't have SVGA capabilities whatsoever, so I ended up changing it to another one, and it was another S3. These were all over the place back in the day. This one is a Super VGA card, 1 megabyte. So yeah, a classic card for a classic computer. S3 Trio 64, my 2D card to use. And things would not be complete without, of course, a wonderful Voodoo card from 3dfx, my first 3D accelerator. My Pentium one didn't came with the Voodoo card. It didn't even came with the Super VGA 2D card. I had to bought another one, and maybe 1 year later, 2 years max, something like that, I bought my first 3D accelerator, that being a Voodoo one from 3dfx, and this is absolutely wonderful. This was a game changer. 3D was happening, and having a 3D accelerator in your computer was just like being on top of the world or something like that. So we are going to use a Voodoo one InnoVision from 3dfx. It's mandatory. So without wasting any more time, let's start putting things together, because we gotta get this thing working today. So let's start by placing our processor in our socket. This is a zero force insertion socket, and we just align the notch on the CPU with the notch on the motherboard, making sure we're not forcing any pins, something like that. And we just take the lever down and hold it in place. That is it, just as simple as this. So let's do our memory, or no, we can put the cooler, since we are at the processor part. This is the cooler that we are going to use, my original cooler. It's a passive cooling thing, no fan. And I'm not going to put any thermal compound in it, because it has the thermal pad beneath, and it's still in good shape, so I don't really need to change it. You know which side it goes. It has this groove here, which goes into the socket, like that. We secure it on one side and press on the other, like that. And we have our cooler in place, just as simple as that. So let's do some RAM. Here we have our SIM modules, and these just click in place. They go like this on an angle, and you just push it against the slot, and you will hear the clicking on both sides. And again, it has a notch that clicks on that side, so you can put it backwards like that again. And you really have to make sure if these are in place, because they are tricky sometimes. Let's put the other one. Like that. So we have our memory in place. We could also use some DIMMs that I think I have, and with larger capacity of memory. I have like 32 megs and 64 megabytes, something like that. But again, we are trying to emulate that original experience. So we are going with my original SIM modules. Again, I believe this is 8+8 in a total of 16 megabytes, a whopping 16 megabytes. So we have our processor in place, our cooler in place, our memory is also in place. We can't do anything else right now, so let's start putting things in our case. And this right here, it's the case we are going to use. I've removed the front panel, which is something like this. I've removed it because we need to remove it to get things in, so it has all the cables hanging out. It has a switching power supply, 200 watts. Yeah, this is your standard PC power supply, not ADX. Again, this is how it looks. So let's start putting stuff inside of our case. Let's start, of course, with the motherboard, then some drives and whatnot. So let's do it right now. One thing that I like about this case that I didn't see very often back in the day is that you turn it around and on the back we have a lever on the motherboard tray. We push it down and the motherboard tray just falls right off, and it's way easier to put the motherboard in like this without having to deal with all the cables and everything. So let's start things off. So here we have our motherboard tray, and we just align the board with the board stands like that, and we just secure it in place with some screws like that. I don't tighten the screw to the very end, just secure it in place, and then when all of them are in place I'll tighten them up. This one is a tricky one because it's too close to the CPU lever, so we have to be careful. Okay, so one thing that is failing, it is this end of the motherboard. We should have a stand right here, but it is right on the lever that I've just shown you on the back of the motherboard tray, so there is no space. So I'll have to be careful using or placing stuff, pushing stuff into the board, because there is no support here. We just have to be careful with this corner right here. The screws are in place. We can tighten them to secure the board into place. And there we are. Motherboard into the motherboard tray. Let's put it into the case. We have our case and our motherboard ready to go into place. We just slide it into the case, push the lever down, and it is secure. It makes me feel a little more comfortable to place just one screw in here. So let's do it. Ah, damn. There we go. So let's turn it around, and here we have our motherboard into place inside our case. So let's start plugging in some wires and stuff like that to get things working. So we have a few things to plug in first. We have a PS2 connector there that comes in a separate bracket. Let's put this into place so we can plug it in. It also has some printer port. Okay, we have our bracket installed for the PS2 port and the printer port. We still have to plug it in. Lots of wires hanging out. So here we have our PS2 connector, which goes like this, I believe. Something like that. And here we have our printer and communications port. Before we plug anything else in, okay, we have our PS2 port connected. Let's do it from top to bottom. Next thing, we have our power supply, so let's plug that in first. So again, this is not an ADX case, this is your typical old PC power supply, and if you have any doubt which way this goes, it's the same color, black to black, so it goes like this. Like that. Power is connected. Second, we have our floppy channel and IDEs. Let's put the floppy cable in. Well, you know what? We can put the other ones first. So we can plug our cable managing. You gotta love it. So floppy cable is in. Yeah, let's do it from top to bottom, like I said before. Okay. And another one. Yeah, this is how things were done back in the day. I'm missing a connector here. Yeah. I've skipped one. I told you things were going to go wrong. So unplug the floppy disk, and we need to plug this one first behind the PS2 port, which is not easy, or maybe it is impossible. Let's try it anyway. Yeah, I don't think we are going to make it. Holy crap. Nope. So, change of plans. Unscrew this. This is how a non-scripted video goes. I'm not doing voiceover. I'm just talking while trying to do stuff or get things done. So we are going to plug this first, like so, and now we are going to try and put this back into place. Holy crap. One thing is conflicting with the other. Okay, finally. So now to our floppy cable. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Floppy cable in. These can go around. One and two. Okay. Those are kind of in place. We have our floppy cable connector, our ports on the back connected, like PS2, COM port, printer, things like that. Let's place our IDE cables right now. The top one is the primary channel and the bottom is the second. Keep that in mind. This one is going to the hard drive, and this one is going to the cd-rom. Now, next step, let's place our hard drive and our floppy drive at the front before we start putting our cards into place, because they may conflict with each other. Or no. Let's plug in the front panel first, the power button, the reset button, the LEDs and things like that. So here we have our front panel pins. Luckily they are labeled, which is cool, I guess. So the first one is the hard drive LED. It doesn't say what is the positive and negative side, so I guess we'll have to guess. On the side we have the reset switch. This is one of the most boring parts on building a computer. Plugging in the front panel, something that doesn't change a lot throughout the years, or maybe two things that haven't changed a lot throughout the years. Motherboard, front panel, the pins, they are the same since ever, and the motherboard standoffs. Everything has changed. Power supplies, memory cards from ISA, PCI, AGP, PCI Express. Floppy drives have gone obsolete. Digital media is disappearing. Digital drives are disappearing more. Hard drives became SSDs, now M2s. Everything changes besides two things. Front panel pins, they've been around since forever, and motherboard standoffs. The PC industry. So we have a turbo LED, which we don't have, a power LED, and the speaker. I'm plugging them in all in the same direction. Let's hope it is the right one. Oh, there we are. Nice 90s cable management, as you can see, which is lovely. We want it like this. This is not a mistake. This is how we want it. Next step, hard drive and floppy drive. For our hard drive and floppy drive, we have a cage that comes out at the front, which is quite handy, so we'll gonna put them in here. The floppy drive on top. I'm looking at the front of the case. Now I'm not sure. Oh yeah, floppy drive on top and the hard drive on the bottom. So let's place it in here. So here we have our floppy drive, and we just slide it in and look for the screws. There they are. Secure it in place. Hopefully this drive will be working. If not, we have to remove, if it doesn't work, we have to remove the cage. We have to disconnect all the cables, IDE, power supply, not from the floppy drive only, but from the hard drive also, to get things out. So let's hope the floppy drive works, and the hard drive also, because you never know, it's been like 20 years. And the hard drive, our Samsung hard drive, which goes like this. We need more screws. Where are you? I need to get a better screw compartments, whatever, to get them a little bit more organized, because I'm looking through these and it takes a while to find what I need. So one screw, two screws. I hope you are loving these moments of awkward silence and appreciate this PC building, this retro PC building. So let's flip it around and do the same exact thing on the other side. Floppy drive and hard drive are in the respective cage. Let's put it into the case. So it just slides into the front and it secures in place. It's not going in for some reason. Okay, so we have this screw right here doesn't want to go in. There we are. So hard drive cage is in place. Since we are here, let's put our CD drive in place, which goes on the top like so. And again, we just secure it in place with some screws. Turn it around and same thing on the other side. So optical drive into place. Our hard drive and floppy disk or floppy drive are also in place. Should we start plugging in some cables before we place the cards in? We are not going to need any power to the cards because this is a Node PC. There's no need for stuff like that. So let's start plugging in our cables and leave this area open so we can put some cards in the end. We have our power cables. This one goes to the floppy and this one to the hard drive. Then we have our floppy cable. No, let's plug in our hard drive IDE cable first because it goes on the bottom like that. And you always have to worry about this 90s cable management. Our floppy cable barely makes it to the drive like that. And now we need to pass the cd-rom cable to the top, something like that. So here we have our drive, power cable, IDE cable. Let's plug in the IDE cable first, like that, and our power cable, something like that. So we have all our cables connected, hopefully, and we are ready to put some cards into our board. We are ready to plug in some cards. Let's start with our sound blaster, which goes into an ISO slot. Let's put it on the bottom because it's really the only option we got. If we put it here, it's gonna hit the front panel I/O, or we could place it here. No, let's put it on the bottom. It stays there, nice and clean, like that. So let's start screwing things so they don't fall apart. Okay, sound card is in place. Next nothing. We need the audio cable to plug into the cd-rom. One end goes to the sound card and the other end, which you are not going to see, but I promise that I'm plugging into the cd-rom drive, or I'm trying to. So on top we are going to place our USB card. It's more accessible, like that, and we screw it in place. Second, we are going to put our graphics card, our S3364, like that. We are going to put our legendary Voodoo card next to the 2D card, or maybe not. On second thought, it's going between the heatsink of the processor. Don't know if you guys can see or not. Right at the end, and I don't like that, so no problem. Let's switch to our network card. Doesn't want to go in. Let's turn this case. Let's turn it down. We have our remaining slots. Again, our network card. It's easier to do it like this than with the case standing up. So network card in place, and to finish things off, our Voodoo card is going in the last PCI slot, and we just screw it in place, or secure it in place with the screw. So recap: optical drive connected, floppy drive connected, power and cable, hard drive also connected. We have our USB card, our graphics card, network card, Voodoo, and the Sound Blaster. I think we are all done. So let's plug in the monitor and the keyboard and see if this thing boots up or not. Let's hope it does, or we just wasted, or I just wasted something like 2 hours or something like that. So let's try it out. So after all this, here we are, ready for our first boot. Everything is plugged in, our cards, our drives, everything. So without further ado, let's try this thing on. Holy shit, shit. Crap. Oh, crap. There's smoke coming out of the CD. Yeah. So true story. We now have a 48 speed cd-rom drive because the other one blew up. I was filming it, and the moment that I powered the PC on, spark went off, smoke coming out of the cd-rom drive, lights went out. I was filming it, but as the lights went out, I think the footage is lost. We'll see when I edit the video. So our 24-speed creative cd-rom drive is pretty much that. I've connected to another PC, and every time it powers on, smoke comes out of it, so it's dead. It smells like barbecue in here. So gone is the 24 speed. I had a 12 speed, like I said at the beginning. I was going to double that to a 24, and it's gone. We are going with a 48 speed. and I know that this one is working, it's not going to blow up. So let's power on the PC and hope it all goes well, because in the first time it was quite the show. So let's do it. Well, we have power and some 90s noises. Oh, and it boots at the first 166 megahertz, so we have 32 megs of RAM. I was convinced it was going to be 16. I remember that I upgraded to 32 megs down the way, but I thought that I threw those 32 away, and these were the 8+8, and we're having a CMOS battery error because we don't even have a battery in there. So let's press F1 anyway. Yeah, we don't have any boot drive whatsoever. So it powers on with some noise from the 90s. Don't know if you can hear it or not. Let me place the microphone here. There you go. Sounds from the 90s. So what can we do now? We can at least check if the floppy drive is working with the Windows 98 boot disk. Let's reboot. Well, the cd-rom opens and closes, which is always good. We have our Samsung 1.2 gigabytes, our Creative CD 48 speed, again check some error, and I believe that when I press F1 the Sound Blaster plug and play will appear immediately. Yeah, there it was. Seems like the floppy drive is also working, although it's very quiet. Yep, it is working. So all our cards are in place, so everything seems to be working. Cards in place, our hard drive is working, our floppy drive is also working. It booted with the Windows 98 boot disk. Our cd-rom, I know this is working, so no problem there. Let's finish things up. Let's put our front of the case and close it, and then install some software from that period so we can enjoy it. So everything seems to be up and running, so we are good to go and place the front of our case. Which goes like that, and we just secure it with 4 screws on each corner. So let's do it right now. We are very close to the end of the building part, of course, and what a journey this has been, with the lights going out, a fried cd-rom and stuff like that. We never know what might happen when building an old PC. So second screw on the top, doesn't want to go in all the way. There we are. And another 2 on the bottom. Let's go to the other side. So, third screw in place. Only one. Oh, holy crap. How heck am I going to get to that one? From this side. Probably. Let's see if we can do this or not. I think this is supposed to go in before we place the motherboard tray into place. Yep, okay. Here we have the front, all yellow and whatnot. I didn't want to go with a deep clean, putting it all white and everything, because it was never white back in the day. So it was this color, not this one. This is very yellow indeed, but whatever. It shows some charisma or something like that. So let's put the top part into place. Okay, so the top part is screwed in place. Let's put all these things together. Again, the monitor, keyboard, speakers. I forgot about the speakers. Yeah, I have to get them and put this thing to work. So one thing that I completely forgot was to talk about my speakers. When I bought my Pentium one, it came with the multimedia kit, with the 12-speed cd-rom with the remote, with the O64, I think it was a 64, and a pair of creative speakers. But the guy at the store told us that the speakers were kind of crap and that he had these new Primax Soundstorm speakers, so they were for 300 watts, and I didn't know what a watt was, but 300 sounded like a lot. So here they are, my original Primax, or Primax, I think it's Primax Soundstorm. And so first order of business is to install Microsoft DOS. Let's do it. Okay. Don't know if you guys can see or not. So I've changed stuff around because with the sunlight going in and everything, you wouldn't be able to see absolutely nothing. So we are still installing DOS, and I'm not gonna make you go through all this. We'll skip to the end and we will be right back with DOS 622 installed. So let's select our country. We are in Portugal, not in America. And our keyboard layout also for Portugal. Yes, that's the correct directory. And now it is doing its magic, putting things from the floppy drive into the hard drive, installing Microsoft DOS in all this nostalgia. Almost there. Do you have a disk problem? Fix it with Scan Disk at MS-DOS 622 Advanced Disk Repair Tool. Yeah, that's right, Microsoft. So DOS installed. Click Enter to restart. Let's do it like it says. The suspense. Oh my God. Will it boot? Starting MS-DOS. Yes. Oh, there we are. So DOS installed. Next thing that we are going to do is to install the cd-rom. Since we are here, install the mouse driver for DOS, because why not? And then we are going to install Windows 95. So let's do all this first, all the cd-rom thing and whatnot, and I'll be right back once again. So we are done, we have everything installed. Starting DOS, we have our cd-rom drive installed. Drive D, we have mouse on DOS also. So we are ready to install Windows 95, so let's do it because it's mandatory. Please wait while setup initializes. I've been waiting for 20 years. Do we have mouse? Oh, we do. Kind of flimsy, but okay. Doesn't want to go to the right. Continue. Now again, I'm not going to make you watch all of this stuff. I'll have to do it all by myself, alone, here in my corner with my Pentium 1 back together. Oh, you're going to see my key. Oh, the humanity. Don't tell anyone. My name is David. Pleasure to meet you. Company, Deckard Games, with a capital G. Next. Yes, I have a network adapter. And yes, I have sound. Oh my god, that hard drive. Don't know if you guys can hear it or not. Let me place the microphone. Don't know if this will cut up on video or not, the sound. Looks like popcorn or something. And it's just awesome, I like it. Don't judge me, I like stuff like this. Nowadays it's all silence and everything. Now you want to hear mechanical stuff doing its thing. And that's what it's doing. Things. So it's done doing all the things, and apparently we are ready to cop Windows 95 to my computer, so let's do it. Drum roll, preparing to copy files. Alright. Oh my god. Oh, classic. Oh my god. These were the days. Look at that screen, those graphics and everything. It is just awesome. So I'll shut up now and fast forward the video near the end, and I'll stay here enjoying all the Windows 95 setup from start to finish, and we'll be right back. Get more done. Windows 95 is faster and more efficient. You can do more of what you want to do. I just want to play games, but I appreciate that. Thank you anyway. Seriously? Oh, we are at 99% or 100%. Are we done? Oh, it's the Microsoft Natural Keyboard. Setup is now ready, finally. Let's click finish in 3, 2, 1, and we're done. Hopefully. Holy crap. Just listen to this. Oh my god. Oh, it stopped. Again, these were the sounds from the 90s. I think I have a Microsoft Natural Keyboard in my attic. Or no. No, I think I do. A black version. Keyboard and mouse. Wireless. But it is the Natural Keyboard version. I gotta do a video on that. Oh, there we go. The Windows 95 boot screen. Holy crap. This is just awesome. Will we have some? Jesus Christ. I apologize for that. So apparently it is done. It has finished doing its thing. Now I need to install some drivers and stuff like that, because apparently the sound card is not installed, but we had sound earlier. And the Voodoo card, of course, and the graphics card. I'll install all those drivers and stuff like that, and once it is 100%, we'll be right back to do some classic gaming. So we are done with installing all the drivers and all the cards and whatnot. Again, I had some trouble with the network card, but still I was able to figure it out, and now we are ready for some classic gaming. Of course, I have to install Microsoft Plus because why not? Since we have Windows 95, we have to install Plus. It's way more beautiful, way more 90s to have Windows 95 with Microsoft Plus, with this beautiful background of wallpaper and all the icons and everything. And of course, with Microsoft Plus, we also can play some Space Cadet pinball, which is awesome. The best pinball game ever made. Ah, crap. Okay, so this is Space Cadet 3D pinball. Goddamn this mouse. Another cool thing with Microsoft Plus is that we have some desktop themes that we can use, which is awesome, like nature, for example. Let's do it. Now let's turn everything. Ooh, some wacky colors from the 90s or travel, which has a pretty cool wallpaper. It's kind of cool. There you go. And of course we have inside your computer, which looks nothing like that, but it is awesome nevertheless. And of course, the first game that we are going to try out is SimCity 2000, the special edition, because, you know, it is the best game ever made. There's no denying that, so let's do it. Let's play SimCity 2000. It's mandatory. With this beautiful startup menu. Oh my god. Look at this. Oh yeah, let's loot the city. Let's go straight to Tokyo and kill some people. Because when you have SimCity 2000, that's what you gotta do. There you go, some riots on the streets and a monster, why not? This game runs on older computers, of course, but I just had to try it just to see how it looks, and it looks awesome. You can't say no to a game like this, but let's try something else. So since we have everything installed, including our awesome 3DFX Voodoo graphics, look at that, with a logo spinning around, we have to try a game for Glide, and we're going to try Need for Speed 2 Special Edition for 3DFX. Look at this. Isn't it beautiful? Back when EA did some good games. Holy crap. Let's just take a moment. This is so 90s. Oh yes. Oh my god. Alright. Let's go for a quick race on Need for Speed 2 Special Edition. Let's just go for it without wasting any time.
Three, two, one, go!
Oh yeah. Yeah, playing this in software mode and in glide. It's day and night. I feel the need for speed. Come on, get out of the way. At the graphics, 90s, gorgeous graphics. Let's see if we can get to the first place. Bam! There we are. How cool is this? Playing a game in glide with a Voodoo 1. Need for Speed 2 Special Edition. Such a great game. This is just awesome. You know what? I don't care about the video. This is 4 laps, and I'm gonna do the 4 laps. I don't care. I'm having fun. Holy crap. Oh, come on, the guy's catching up. Pedal to the metal. We're going to be overtaken. Final lap. I gotta concentrate here, so I'm gonna be quiet now. All right. Oh my God. All the memories. What an awesome game. Thank you very much. My heart is pumping up. Whew. This is awesome. Just awesome. No, dang it. David. So let's try something else. Let's try, I don't know, StarCraft. Another clap. Oops. Dang it. Staying there. Nope. Nope. Sideways. There we are. Let's go for some StarCraft. Because it's a classic. And it's still an awesome game until this day. Let's do a single player. So we can watch. Let's do, I don't know. Let's do Zerg. No, I don't care about your recommendations. I want Zerg. Straight to episode 2. Zerg campaign. Overmind. Oh yeah, so this is pretty much StarCraft, which is awesome. Oops, sorry. Alright, victory! Oh my god. StarCraft. What a great game. Let's play something else. And of course we are going to try Carmageddon 2, Carpocalypse Now, a game that barely makes it to the minimum requirements of the game, so let's try it anyway and see how it goes. It's detecting stuff, and we're gonna run it in 3dfx glide mode. Let's see how it goes. I don't know if this will show the 3dfx logo or not. Let's hope it does. I can't remember. Okay. So nothing's happening, or correction, something is happening. Oh, there we go again, man. I can't get enough of this screen. That 3dfx logo is just awesome. I think that this game will barely make it on this PC and it crash. No. Come on. Yeah, I think this will be too much for this machine. It is struggling. I'm not even going to the options. Just straight to the race. I don't even remember the controls, or let's try it anyway. What the hell is going on here? The crap is this? Okay. So it's trying to do something? Okay. I don't think this is going to run. It's trying. Showing effort and stuff. You keep trying, little machine, keep trying. Oh my god. Go. Where are the controls? I can't remember. Oh, it's on the numpad. Yeah, this is bad. Sound is gone.
Well, it plays better without sound. Oops. Yeah, sound is just gone. Well, it plays better without sound. Where are they? Well, it's playable. Don't know what happened to the sound, but it's definitely playable. Come here, little guy. Come here, come here. Oops. Holy crap. Yeah, we're running out of time because we couldn't play the game from the start. So, yeah, we're going to run out of time. So we've tried with Carmageddon, or in this case Carmageddon 2, when it was crapping out. I remember that playing back in the day it was kind of glitchy, it wouldn't run in the best way possible, but one question remains: it's working on Windows. Can we game on DOS? So let's restart in DOS mode and find out. So here we are on DOS mode. Let's adjust this. And let's try, of course, some Duke Nukem 3D, which will sound awful in this O32, but whatever. And of course now we'll run, we will not face any major issues. We have no sound. God damn. The speakers are crapping out. Jesus Christ. Ah. Yeah, it is Duke Nukem 3D. No mistake. Where are you, goddammit? Yeah, the sound is crapping out. Yeah, but it's still playable. I'm in doubt. Jesus Christ. I'm not sure if it's a problem with the speakers or with the sound card itself. I believe it is the speakers, but whatever. Yeah, let's get out of here. It works. Let's try something else. Let's try Doom 2. Oh, now we have sound. Jesus. Yeah, it is doing the same thing. The speakers are failing. Whatever. I'll deal with that later. So yeah, Doom 2. Yeah, I would say we can play on DOS. Nevertheless, let's try something else. A game that I love. Destruction Derby from Psygnosis. So let's try out Destruction Derby. Sound is creeping out again. Now this is my kind of game. Except for the sound. Jesus Christ, seriously. And does this bring back memories or what? Crashing cars in an arena. There's nothing more manly than Destruction Derby. Seriously, let's turn the speakers off. And we'll listen to the keyboard. It's not a Model M, but it's an IBM keyboard. Still makes some clicky sounds. So yeah, we can play on Windows, we can play on DOS. Our classic games. It is working. I'm very, very pleased with it. Gonna have some fun throughout the rest of the night, the rest of the evening. There is only one thing left to do, and we are going to do right now. So let's do it. We have our case, and the only thing left to do, of course, is to play some RGB, because it's not a computer without RGB. I'm joking. It's a computer, not a discotheque. No, the only thing left to do is to put some 90s stickers in it. I don't own or I didn't find any original Pentium stickers or badges, so I had a few made, and we are going to use it to give that one last touch to our computer. Something like that. Yep. That seems okay. Our Intel Inside sticker. But we are not done. We have a 3DFX. And I love stuff like this. You may find it weird or geeky or whatever. For me, it is just awesome. So here we have our 3DFX case badge. It goes something like this. Oh yeah. Now this is pleasing. Yep. There we go. Take a look at that. Let me get some light in here.
There we are. There you go, a close-up of the stickers. I wanted this black and white or silver scheme on the case, and it's just beautiful. Touches like this make me very, very happy. I'm very pleased with this. It is awesome. So was this a video or what? Close to an hour and a half with something like 5 or 6 hours of footage, and I had to cut lots and lots of stuff. And there are still a few things that I want to address in the future, like the sound issues. I have to try another pair of speakers and maybe another sound card to see if we get some better audio quality, because the O32 was not quite there. I also want to try and get a cd-rom that fits the period. That 48-speed cd-rom is much newer than the rest of the hardware. So yeah, these are a few things to deal in the future. Nevertheless, I hope you enjoyed this rather long video. Again, this was not scripted. I wanted to share the experience of rebuilding my Pentium 1, and so I've decided no voiceover. I wanted to get it as real as it gets. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for this amazing year on YouTube. I appreciate all your support, your nice comments, likes, and even the dislikes. Next week there will be a giveaway, so stay tuned for that. Don't forget that you can follow me on Twitter and Facebook if you want to. Subscribe to the channel and check out my other videos also, because I cover lots of different things. And as always, thank you very much for watching this. Until my next video, take care.